Yesterday it was popcorn, Craig. Today it's pineapples. Explain what's going on at the end of the year.
They're struggling to grow. This has been an issue for quote unquote big food for a long time now. And I think they're looking at acquisitions to kind of tap into some of the changing consumer trends and try to get things going. I mean, we saw Campbell pushing into salty snacks, Hershey doing that as well. And obviously the big thing we're waiting for is what's coming from Kraft Heinz. There's an expectation that they're going to do something big and that it's coming sooner rather than later. So that will really shake things up when it comes. People have been waiting for that for a long time.
How are these mergers expected to help these companies?
For both Campbell and Hershey, I think they have problems with their core products. For Campbell, people have turned away from canned soup. So this is Campbell kind of leaning in. Campbell has Goldfish and Pepperidge Farm. Snack companies have done well for them, so they're going heavier into chips. We hear a lot about healthy eating, but salty snacks have remained really, really popular. It's been one of the strongest areas of packaged food. And for Hershey, people just aren't buying as much candy as they used to. We saw them buy a jerky company a couple of years back. Now they're going into salty snacks as well. So I think you saw two sort of old line food companies trying to diversify their portfolios.
Does it depend on taste? So right now the taste is for maybe something a little healthier, and soda is sort of not really popular. But will that come back? Could that change again?
It's hard to say. You've seen cereal decline, you've seen yogurt decline. So there's a real tricky problem for these big food companies. There's sort of a distrust of them. A lot of times consumers are just looking to upstarts that they think have more foodie cachet, that are sort of resonating with them better. I think that there's a lot of people spending a lot of time thinking about how these food trends play out. There are sort of no simple answers in a lot of cases, but we do know that salty snacks have really been strong. That's going back 4 years, despite what we hear about everyone trying to be healthy.
Actually, just to point out, it's literally a straight line. If you look at packaged food, the dashboard in our Bloomberg Intelligence dashboard, just type in BI Food N Go, you see, just how much salty snacks have played a role in this year's deal activity.
But I have to ask, how much of the sales and revenue has evaporated just because of this slowdown in the food industry, maybe not in the salty snack section?
Right. Well, it's big. It's something like $17 billion over the last 3 years. So that's General Mills, Kraft, Kellogg, Campbell, just seeing revenue go down quarter after quarter. So growth has been very hard to find, which is definitely why we're seeing this flurry of deals.
Who's next, Craig? Come on, call it and call it now.
Kraft Heinz is the one to watch. They came for Unilever in February, got rebuffed. That was a $143 million offer. So I think a lot of people thought maybe they would go after a U.S. food company, but after Unilever, maybe it's something like Colgate because they want household products, they want international exposure. So I really think the big one to look for in Q1 is what we get from Kraft Heinz, because that's going to be a major deal.
Are we also going to have more activist pressure?
That has not showed up because these food companies give up pretty good dividends. The cash flow has been okay despite the revenue declines, but that's a great question. They've been solid, stable companies, but a lot of pressure now with the grocery industry. I think I would not be shocked if you saw some activists show up there.